So we are talking about rejection. Rejection. Ukisikia rejection, unasikia nini? I'll choose random. Ukisikia tu rejection, using one word, that is not rejection.
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak. Though hiyo ni two word. Rejection. Kukataliwa. Translate, okay. Kukataliwa.
Kuachwa.
Kuachwa.
Kukataliwa.
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 Kwa sauti.
Kukataliwa.
Kukataliwa. Sorrow. 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 Hey, sorrow. Nasikia rejection, nasikia sorrow.
No. Abandon
ni kuachiliwa ama kuachwa. Hapana, actually ni kuachanishwa, si kuachanishwa. Maureen?
Denial.
Kwa Vincent?
It is an act of being denied or not accepted. Not accepted or denied.
Two words, but denied.
Disappointment.
Disappointment.
Not fit.
Not fit. Denied. Sawa. So I think we can start. I'll allow Pasi to lead from here.
All right. Thank you, Lawrence. We can clap for Lawrence. Haya, tufanye ya majenzi ama mnafanyanga gani? Munisamehe kama sijaingia kwa hiyo maudhui. But good. So I have been hearing words like not fit, disappointment, kuachwa, denial, left out. I don't know why nobody said something like unworthy or fit. Fit inaweza kuwa ile you don't measure up or you are discriminated or hate or many other words. But if you can check your phone and look at the poster, some comments were already coming up. If you can access your WhatsApp and you just look at the poster. By the way, the poster was intentional. Haikuwa accidental. We intentionally chose to put it that way. And I'm happy it already served its purpose because it ignited a conversation that we were hoping would be part of our conversation today. How do I deal with rejection? So maybe before we dive into the conversation, let me start by asking, how many of us have been rejected? By show of hands. How many of us have been rejected? Mbona ni wandugu tu pekee kuna wadada pande hii. Okay. All right. It's relatively a good number. Okay, let me reverse. How many of us have never been rejected? You have never been rejected. Allah? Well, what happened to the people who never lifted their hands earlier? So we asked, how many of us have been rejected? Okay, wacha to confirm. How many of us have been rejected? Numbers zimeongezeka. Okay. How many of us have never been rejected? So all of us have been rejected, right? Nani? Evans hajai kuwa rejected. Hakuinua mkono. We will get to that story. Nani mwingine hajai kuwa rejected? Sharon Mugani? Hujawahi kuwa rejected? Ama wewe ndio umekuwa ukireject? All right. So from that point of, if we have all experienced rejection, can we get a few volunteers to just tell us briefly, how was it? And maybe give us a context of what happened. On behalf of all the men, I can say this because I know if a guy was to say it, atasema hii nataka kusema. Nili approach mrembo, ameumbwa na maumbile ya Mungu. Sijui siku hizi wanatumia gani kusema amenikunywa zaidi, excess. Nikakufa kufded. Nikaunda my best mysteries. Nikadeliver mpaka na beats kwa background. Alafu nikaambiwa, Buddha, sorry, it's not you. It's me. But highways make. So I know on behalf of almost, if not all men, kuna mrembo mahali alikuambia no, which is a form of rejection. Ama? Aya. Any other form of rejection that any of us might have experienced? Yes, we can saidia tu mic ifike hapo.
Do not call us, we will call you.
Nice. Umeunda CV, umefanya interview, ukapewa hopes. Ukaambiwa, by the way, your delivery was on point, you looked smart, you were composed, but we will call you. And then how many months later? How many years later? You are still waiting for... Hata hakuna regret. Yes, job aspect. We have experienced a form of rejection. Any other bit of rejection? Yes. Acha tuanze na ladies.
Projects. School projects rejectiwa by the lecturers and stuff.
Almost similar to ya we regret. Lecturer anakuambia, why are you wasting my time? What is this? Can you go back and do something worthy of my time?
In 2022, I filed for a position and I was rejected politically. I was told, you're still young and it's good because you have shown yourself. So next. So that was one of the rejection I underwent. I felt it. I used my resources and it was very hurting. Anyway, I'm looking forward to still. Thank you.
Interesting. Do we consider that rejection or is it just defeat? Yes. How do we approach that? When he vied for an MCA seat, women rep. MCA seat, and people didn't give him votes. Can we consider that as rejection? Or hiyo tu ni defeat?
For that scenario, let's say we have a number of people, let's say you have family members, had promised you that we will vote for you, but on that day, they never vote for you. That can be a rejection from the family or friends.
Another good point. Is that rejection or betrayal? Yes, I'm enjoying those words. Let's keep them coming because we need to really understand what is this rejection. Because it's only from us understanding rejection that we can actually learn how to deal with rejection. But thank you for that example, Geoffrey. There is that aspect of Geoffrey, he vied for a seat. He felt rejected. And as a result of that, it has helped us to have two words. There is denial and betrayal, so that we can get clarity of the two. So for now, take note of denial and betrayal in relationship to rejection. Any other? I think the first two are direct. That's why I didn't necessarily labor so much on it. Yes, there is still a point here.
Another can be you are rejected based on color.
Color.
Skin color.
You are not tall, dark,
Racism.
handsome. Ama ile ya mimi si datingi watu weusi. Wanaume mimi nakatiaga tu madem yellow. The dark beauty hapana tambua. So you reject someone based on color. Any other example of experience of rejection? Yes.
Gender-based rejection.
Gender-based. Aha. Give me a nini nisijijazie. I have understood you.
Okay, because you are a woman, you can't do certain things which you desire to do, or because you are a man, you are expected to not to do some things because it's expected for the woman to do that.
It's expected for the woman to take care of the family.
Kama kuosha vyombo.
Mine is leadership. Leadership.
What about leadership?
Well, it's just like you are in a meeting of elderly people, and then there you are. They end up they end up saying you are still young, you don't know what to say. So I feel like,
You feel rejected. Kuna example ya wazee hapa alafu tuende the other side.
No, it's another type of rejection.
Okay.
It's spiritual rejection. For example, being mocked because of your faith, maybe sharing the word of God, and you are rejected by the people. I consider it one of the forms of rejection.
Rejection of faith. The word that is coming to mind is, will we consider that rejection, or would we consider that, what is the easier term? I don't want to use the word persecution, but discrimination of sorts. Can we say that is more of a discrimination? Also the one for gender, could that be more of discrimination than rejection? Tutaongeza that word to the list. Okay.
Yeah, another form of rejection, and I know most of us have undergone or have witnessed in one way or another, is rejection based on relationships. Maybe you are in a relationship, after some time you are rejected for another. That is fumbi. Dryness. Thank you.
We talk from experience.
Nilikuambia wanaume hiyo point tunaelewa vizuri sana. But I wouldn't be surprised pia pengine kwa relationship kuna lady anaweza sema she was rejected. Hajui kupika ugali ya Muluya, and as a result tukamreject.
According to me, social rejection.
Social?
Yes, like you are in a certain group, then unatolewa kwa your group, so you feel rejected.
Lakini tuseme ukweli. Wewe umelelewa shamahoho huko ndani shamahoho. Sisi tumelelewa hapa bana abansura ama inaitwanga aje. Discussion yetu bana haushikanishi. Tukisema bana tumeenda Dunda, wewe unashindwa boli ilikuwa wapi? Anyway, social classes, social status. And by the way, on that note of social aspect, do you really get rejected, or do you just feel you don't fit in? Do people really chase you away, or are you the one who just pulls away because you now feel like, man, e group mimi si fit in? Points to ponder. Denied. Gender based. Okay, kuna zile zetu za kwanza, denial. The other one was betrayal. And then now discrimination. Denial, betrayal, discrimination. All right, kulikuwa na ingine hapo?
Okay.
The man with a touch of red. Hiyo ni red ama maroon? Thank you.
Okay. There is this form of rejection, financial status. Kulikuwa na group fulani walikuwa wamesema watu wako na pesa this kiwango, so meaning yani like you don't fit their class. So that was a form of rejection.
So back to the point I think Sharon had earlier on said, the class aspect. It can be created by financial position, level of ushamba. What else can create social classes? Magari unaendesha, team Subaru na watu team Toyota. What else can create social classes? Watu wa ndevu na watu wa sabuni.
Kina Titus.
What else can create social classes? Ladies, at times I hear, sisi ni plus size na zenye ni what is that word for petite? That can create class, sindio, ama? What else can create social classes? The skin color, sindio hiyo? Sisi watu wa miwani, na sisi watu wenye hatuhitaji miwani. So, how can we best define rejection? Volunteers? Your own definition before we look at the dictionary and then we look at a biblical view. Alafu tutaangalia lastly, based on the definition, then how can we integrate and really deal with rejection?
I can say it is an act of being denied or not accepted by someone, or actually dismissed if it in case it is a place of work.
So you have said it's a state of being denied or not accepted by someone. Anybody else?
I may say it's to thrown away.
To throw away. But when something is spoiled, so we throw it away. Is that rejecting it? Simu imevunjika screen ama imekanyagwa imekuwa written off, si utatupa? Have you rejected it? See, it's stopped working. I've just replaced it. All right, throwing away. Let me request someone to look at Mr. Google, at one of the dictionaries, the many dictionaries. How have they defined the word rejection?
Rejection is the act of refusing to accept, use, or believe someone or something. And it can also refer to the state of being rejected.
Eburudia hiyo bit tena, it's the
act of refusing
to
accept,
use
or believe someone or something.
It is the act of refusing to accept,
use, or believe someone. Yes.
That's nice. Kuna any other different dictionary that is saying something different?
So it is the dismissing or refusing of a proposal.
So dismissing
or refusing of a proposal
or a proposal
or idea. Yes.
I came across another one hapa anasema the action of spanning a personal affections. The action of spanning a person's affection. Spanning is sort of si ndio hiyo? Misusing or kuzungusha mtu. But also mtu, the affection ya mtu. So, how many key words have we gotten? All right. So, based on our definition, can we still say, I have been rejected? Before we now look at some of the ways of dealing with this thing called rejection. And the ways will definitely now be case-based, because not all forms of rejection are handled the same way. But based on our definition, the act of refusing to accept, the act of using, or act of refusing to use, the act of refusing to believe someone, or the other one that was saying dismissing and the other one ulisoma ilisema dismissing and refusing of a proposal. Inaweza kuwa ni proposal ya kazi, inaweza kuwa ni proposal ya marriage, inaweza kuwa ni proposal ya kupata pesa, inaweza kuwa ni proposal ya finance bill venye tuli reject. So can we still say we have been rejected? Or based on the definition we can say I change my mind? I have never experienced any of those. So we all agree that we have all experienced at least someone refusing to accept my idea. Mtu anasema, by the way, Sunday tuvalie hivi. Sana sana ladies, vile wanaume tuna rejectingi colors. Youth tuna lead service, tuvae color gani? Mnapenda kusema tuvae long ya white. We reject. Wewe ushaona wanaume na long ya white vile wana hustle. Mimi hata siangalingi kiti nakalia na wewe kama nimekaa. Surely. So the act of refusing to accept, the act of refusing to use, I have very good idea. Alafu youth leader anasema nini? Your idea yako hai make sense. Next, we refuse to use. Ama unaambia babe, babe, I have this idea 1 2 3. Nakwambia hiyo yako hai apply. Grow up. The act of refusing to to use, the act of refusing to believe. Nikiwaambia mimi si ancient, you refuse to believe, muna reject. And then lastly, the act of dismissing or refusing a proposal or idea. The other one was saying the way of spanning a person's affection or emotion. So that will be like kind of our definition of the word reject. Now, going back to these words we were mentioning earlier, denied, discriminated, betrayed. Do we still feel like if I said you denied me, you rejected me, it will apply? Yes? Yeah? Sindio? So denial is a form of rejection. Not necessarily a bad form of rejection. Maybe we will look at that some other time. Discrimination. Is it a form of rejection? Yeah? Because if we are using our definition as the act of refusing to believe or use, right? See, discrimination tunakataa usi. Si ndio hiyo? So we can say discrimination is a form of rejection, and then MCA, betrayal, is a form of rejection. Sawa sawa? So,
it's like you actually agree on something. You agree with somebody to do something for you. And then mukaandikishana chini. Maybe you can even go up to maybe making a memorandum. Then at the end of it, he turned away. He never went as per the agreement. So we can say that is part of rejection, but on a specific agreed terms.
So it's only that's why we're using the word, it's a form of rejection.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be an outright rejection of someone telling you no. But somehow you feel like for him to reject me, I think it's Betty who mentioned earlier, something must have led to it. Sawa sawa? Now, in a minute or two, as we now move from our definition now to try and understand this rejection, What are some of those causes, or rather, what are some of those things that cause or lead to rejection?